Hey guys, I'm back again, and I just want to do a short video here on bullet sizes because bullet sizes are greatly misconceived because of things like, Call of Duty and the popular culture and firearms and what you see on YouTube. So, bullets are actually a lot smaller than most people think they are. For example, I was on the bus once, and the stupid kid said the Chris SMG fired a 45 caliber bullet, and he was making out with his hands to be about as big as the 50 BMG there. And it looks huge on camera, yes, that's true, but actually the 45 is all the way down here, that fat one right there. So I'm just going to go through some basic, bullet sizes and cartridges just so you can get a good idea. I have a Euro here because, as you can see, these are very small here at the end, but nonetheless effective for their purposes. So I hope today you just get a better idea, a better understanding of how big or small bullets are compared to what image you may have in your mind. So let's start here. This is, the old famous 22 long rifle, the most produced cartridge ever made. And this is the 25 ACP. I just got this today. That's what the little fat boy would have fired. The one next to it here, that's the 9mm Largo Spanish pistol cartridge. And the next one is a 9mm CSAM. And I'm not going to go through all of them, but the next two are the 9mm, the Parabellum 9x19, the most famous one, and the 45 ACP. So 45 is a big cartridge, but still, if you look at it, compare it, to my hand, it's nothing. Or we get a Euro over here. Put a Euro next to it. Let's see if I can do that. Measure a Euro, hold a Euro, and then there you go. Like, that's how big it is. There's a Tokarev, and 38 Special, and 357. 357 is very tall. And then once you get past here, we have the 30 carbine. And these are 5.56, or I'm not actually sure. They're almost impossible to tell. But this one I think is a 222 Special. This is a 5.56mm blank. So, the M16, the old famous rifle, fires a round that is no bigger than this. Bigger. Look at my finger compared to it. Look at your finger and then compare the casing. So, take a Euro and put it next to it. Let's see. It's really not much. I mean, it's really a pretty small cartridge. And I'm not even going to. Well, yeah, it's hard to put this back on camera. We got a 30 carbine next to it, which is a World War II cartridge on this side, and it's almost as tall as it. So we have the 220 Swift here. It's the fastest commercially sold round. It's actually the fastest even through the military in terms of small arms. It's around 4,000 feet per second, and that's, as you see, a lot taller than 5.56. Here you have the 8mm Lebel. It's a French cartridge, and even then, look to my comparison, it's not that big, but the round is 8mm. It's a huge bullet compared to the 5.56. Then we have the Mauser here, the 7.92mm 300 Winchester Magnum. Oh no, my bad. That's a 7.62 by 51. That's what most sniper rifles fire. So every time you see something on a video game, this is what they fire. It's about as big as my index finger. So it's really not something super impressive. In fact, it's almost only about 1,000-yard range, which isn't too bad. A lot better than the 400 for the 5.56 here. 300 Winchester Magnum. That's the 7.92 Mauser, 30-06. Oh, that's 7mm Remington mag. I'm sorry, I can't see through this camera. That's 300 Win Mag. That's a 375. And this doesn't look super big. Remember, appearances can be deceiving, and this is the minimum cartridge size for hunting the Big Five in Africa. So this is a 9mm bullet with a lot of powder behind it. And then here, of course, we have the 1800s black powder 8-bore elephant gun, and then here's the 50. Now the 50 is big. It is a big, huge round and extremely powerful. However, if you look at it, it's not as big as it looks in the video games. It's like a pen. Okay, and then next to it we have the almost identical in ballistics and size, the 55 boys, and then here just a 20 millimeter to kind of throw that in there. So if we were to take something like the 20 millimeter, which is a pretty big round, I mean look at it in my hand, that I wouldn't want that coming up against me, but put it next to something like the 22, it's makes you see how small some things really are, like the 25 and the 9s. I mean this is a 9 millimeter. Look at this thing. It's the size of the top part of my finger. So I'm not going to go into much more depth. I just want to do this quick video, and I'm knocking over all my bullets. You know, so I just hope this, you know, changed your view on bullet size a little bit. Later we'll go through some of the bigger stuff. I got some empty casings there and some of my big ones. So, well, I hope you enjoyed and I hope you learned something. See you guys.